Hey, Judy, you old rat! Did you eat the chocolate that was in the fridge again? I was saving those for myself!
Oh my! I'm sorry. I baked a cake with it yesterday.
I can't believe you! Those were expensive. You can only get them at selected shops. They were imported straight from Japan.
But they seemed like they were about to start molding. I've been thinking about this for a while, but you need to make sure to only buy food in quantities that you feel confident in finishing. I understand that you like to take your time eating those nice things, but you always end up letting them spoil. It's just a waste.
I'm sorry, did I ask for your opinion? I don't need to hear anything from a person who's a freeloader for the whole life. You wouldn't understand how it feels to cherish these things.
Did you just call me a freeloader?
Ugh, this is too frustrating. I can't take this anymore. I only decided to move in with you because Keith told me that there would be a bunch of benefits for me. But all you provide for the two of us is stress.
What?
You use the nice things that I buy without any permission. You only pay a small fraction of the rent. And worst of all, you don't even adhere to your sister-in-law, regardless of how much she's done for you.
I'm sorry, but what have you done for me?
I let you live with me.
Didn't Keith tell you that he wanted to live with me before you two decided to get married? In fact, it was his duty. I was his sister and I was under 18 years old. He has been my guardian since my parents passed away. That's why I live with you in this house.
That doesn't matter. I can't take this anymore. I've decided that I'm going to stop acting like the nice little housewife that I always try to be. I'm going to stop myself from being such a sweet soul to you. And I'm taking better care of myself.
Have you ever really been kind to me? You call yourself a housewife and try to look nice in front of Keith. But we both know that the truth is that I always do the housework while you lie down on the couch, scrolling on your phone.
Shut your mouth, you freeloader. Don't you dare speak to me like that. You need to keep in mind that the only reason that you have a place to live is because my husband and I are kind enough to provide for you.
Keith, do you know what your wife just said to me?
Huh?
She just threw all of her anger at me that this isn't what she signed up for. And that you told her that there would be benefits on her side by living with me. She even went as far as to call me a freeloader. And that I should be ashamed of nothing being able to adhere to her. I think she must clearly understand me and my family situation. Why is she upset and comparing herself with a child like me, who is not yet 18 years old? I need to know what you told her.
Come on, it's nothing strange.
What?
I mean, you had a bunch of money inherited to you when our parents died, didn't you? The assets your parents left you are more than mine. I really don't understand why. So you definitely won't have to do anything and still be rich with the money your parents left behind. So I told Lydia that you would support us a pretty good amount per month if we let you stay over at our place. So we had a discussion and decided that it would be best to rent the money that we need for now and have you support us to pay it back.
Is that the real reason? Isn't it the responsibility of a brother to his sister like you two said before?
Of course. If not, why would I waste money raising a kid like you? Wait until you turn 18 years old and the inheritance money in your savings book will be legally withdrawn. It's time for you to repay your brother and sister-in-law for providing you with accommodation all these years.
I remember how happy I was when Molly told me that she would replace my mom by caring for me. It was all about just money, huh?
You don't have to say it like that, Judy.
After finding out about your motives, you turned Molly into a cold-hearted liar. Now, all she does is complain about my presence and call me a freeloader. She even forced me to work and pay monthly rent while I was under 18 years old. I had no money and was not old enough to have a job. How come? All she did was nag and say I was a nuisance in her life. I should never have been bothered living with the two of you. So explain everything to Lydia right now. That there was never a conversation about me providing for the two of you, and that you lied about it. And while you're at it, apologize and tell her that you're single-handedly provide for her from now on.
What are you talking about? Are you not going to give us money? Are you sure?
That's the money my parents left me. I already have a purpose for each amount of money, so don't touch it even if it's just a penny. Don't make yourself such a greedy person. Both you and I are entitled to the same inheritance. So why are you targeting that money of mine? How selfish you are.
But I invested all that money, and it's gone. It was a reckless investment, a mistake of my youth, so now I no longer have any savings to rely on.
It's your fault. Don't ever think of robbing me of money.
But I am your brother. You must help your brother when he is in trouble, especially in financial matters.
If you and your wife have good intentions and treat me properly and kindly, then it is not a matter to hesitate. I am willing to help people who treat me well. What you two did was purely exploiting my spirit and taking advantage of my assets. Is that how an older brother treats his younger sister?
Don't act like a pitiful person anymore, you idiot. When you turn 18 years old, immediately withdraw all the money from the savings book that your parents made for you before and give it to me. Consider it as a down payment for monthly living expenses. Otherwise, I will immediately throw you out on the street. You don't want to become homeless at that age, do you?
That's not even your house. That house was left to us by our parents, for you and me. And now you kick me out and force me to live in a street? How can you? You're a monster!
Come on, I'm just negotiating. If you give me the money, everything will be different. We will still live together as happily as possible.
Hey, old rat. The daydreaming has finally come. You don't know how excited I am right now.
Huh?
Oh. Happy birthday, my silly sister-in-law. This is probably the day I've been looking forward to the most ever. Oh my god, honestly, I'm looking forward to it more than my wedding day.
What do you mean?
I have a super surprise gift for your birthday. Are you curious?
Gift for me? Actually, I don't need any gifts from you. It's nice for you to remember my birthday.
No. You have to accept this gift. It is not a valuable item, but it will be a milestone that changes your life. From the top to hell.
What do you mean?
Curious, right? The gift is, you will be kicked out of the house.
What the hell?
Yes, from today you will no longer be able to live in this house. Your belongings are lying on the porch. Please quickly go back and get out of here. It's been enough for a patient sister-in-law like me to endure. I'm finally freed from a parasite like you.
What? Why did you arbitrarily move my things without my permission?
So what? Go home quickly and clean up all that mess. And don't forget to find a corner to live in.
Okay. Anyway, I have no intention of living with you in that house anymore.
Oh my god, you really nailed it. It's true that you're 18 years old, so you understand things better. But sadly, your future will be that of an ugly, poor, torn woman living on the streets. How pitiful it is.
Poor? Are you saying I'm poor?
Exactly. After today, you have nothing left in your hand. Your brother Keith is on his way to the bank. As a guardian, he will legally withdraw the savings your parents left you. We will monopolize that money without having to beg or threaten you to provide it each month as originally planned. So, unexpected, right? We will enjoy that money gratefully.
What? What are you talking about?
You were very shocked, right? In just a few minutes, you will become a homeless girl.
Wait, you mean Keith is on his way to the bank? Right now?
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Why do you laugh? What is this reaction? You won't be able to laugh anymore, girl.
I can't stop laughing! Look at these two greedy idiots who are pleased with their plan. Oh my god, how silly!
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I have to inform you that today is not my birthday. My birthday is October 3, which means 2 days have passed.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, that's the truth. Perhaps your carelessness has ruined that perfect plan. Not remembering your sister's birthday? It's ridiculous.
No, don't think you can fool me. Surely your birthday is today, October 5th. You're lying.
I can show you my passport, if necessary. I celebrated my birthday to the fullest with my friends 2 days ago. And of course, with a wonderful gift that my parents gave me on this day.
You mean the inherited money?
Exactly! I went to the bank and withdrew all the savings my parents left me. And now I'm holding it all, telling Keith not to touch a dime.
Impossible. I don't believe it. You're lying.
Believe it or not, you will know later.
Judy, answer me. Where is the money?
Oh, my brother! Ha ha ha!
Where is the money?
You have no right to know. It's my money, not yours.
How dare you deceive us like that? How dare you withdraw all that money without telling me?
Deceive? What the hell are you talking about? The ambition of these two people is something I never expected. You and your wife waited until my 18th birthday, took the role of guardian, and went to the bank to withdraw all the money my parents left me. The children were pleased and ready to kick me out of the house, turning me into a homeless person. How dare you do that? I'm your biological sister. You should take care of me more than anyone else.
Take care of you? Are you crazy? You are a burden in my life. I wish you did not exist in this world. If so, all of my parents' assets would already belong to me.
Okay, I'm ready to cut ties with you. Today, I'll officially move out. I will move to a new house that is more spacious and higher rise with a city view. Oh my God, my life will be much more peaceful.
What? A new house? With a city view? It's impossible.
I am old enough to buy a house, and all procedures were completed yesterday. I will move there to live a new life and never want to see you again.
Did you use all the money your parents left you to buy a house?
No, I cannot do that. I will use that money later to develop my business. As for that house, I bought it in installments from the money I earned myself.
Earn it yourself, how come?
Well, I started an online business more than 3 years ago, and thank God I have made huge profits. I have been saving money all this time, and with the money my parents left behind, I decided to buy a house for myself in installments. Unlike you, I can't waste money on stupid investments and end up losing money and having nothing left.
No way. You're just kidding, right?
I don't have time to joke with you. I'll hire someone to pick up my things, so please leave them on the porch. From today, I will not return to that house anymore.
Wait, hold on, Judy. Do you still have unused inheritance money? Can you give me a temporary loan? I need money to pay the debt now. The investment money was lost. My wife and I were forced to borrow money from the bank to repay the debt, and now I can't borrow anymore. Please, Judy, you must save me. I'll pay you back double. Trust me. I need money to pay off the debt. Otherwise, this house will be immediately repossessed by the bank.
Trust you? No way! There's no way I'd spend the money my parents left me in your stupid mistakes. Take care of yourself and pay off your debt, you greedy bastard. You're paying off for your karma.
No, I know you wouldn't let your brother fall into this situation, right? You won't let me struggle to pay off debt and be homeless, right? You are my lovely little sister, a filial and very understanding sister, Judy. I carried you as soon as you were born. You don't know how much I pampered you before.
Ew, it's so cringe. After all you've done, the way you and your wife treated me, I don't think I'll be able to sympathize or help you anymore. Find a way to pay off your debt yourself.
No, impossible. You must help me. I beg you, Judy. Give me the money, otherwise I'll die.
Now, you're paying for the karma you have caused. Don't try to get in touch with me anymore. Now, I have to decorate my new house. Good luck, and never see you again.
No, Judy! No!
A few days later, Keith's debt was foreclosed on by the bank, and he was forced to surrender the house to the bank. I heard that he and his wife had to move to rent a rundown house on the outskirts of the city, close to the slums. Their lives are getting worse and worse. always arguing and even fighting. Both of them had to work multiple jobs at the same time to have enough money to pay for all living expenses. Right now, they are paying for what they did to their sister. Family is the most wonderful thing, the most proud thing, but perhaps for me, it ended when my parents passed away. I moved to a new house near the city center and continued my business. It seems like my parents in heaven always bless me so everything is going well. Gradually, I opened a factory and the company became bigger and bigger, which gave me a worry-free life. I also saved money for myself to continue studying at the university because I know that now only knowledge lasts forever.
Are you home right now, Lisa?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm heading home right now.
What? Already?
I can already see the house. I'll be there immediately.
Now's not a really good time. I've got an online meeting coming up.
It's fine. Just do your work. I'll just come and leave without bothering you. Just leave the door unlocked, will you?
The door's already unlocked. What are you going to be doing here?
What? Isn't it obvious? I'm just coming to give you some food I cooked.
Mrs. Johnson, I appreciate the gesture, but I don't really need the food. We've already got a lot of food to eat at our house.
But I'm sure my son wants to eat his mother's food once in a while. I made a lot just so I could give you some.
You do know that I'm a food researcher, right? I make all kinds of food every day. I always serve my family the best food. So we really do have enough to eat, Mrs. Johnson.
Quit bragging. You say you're a food researcher, but you basically just do housework, right? It's not much more than being a housewife.
Actually, no. I pity my son and grandchildren for having to eat the things you make for this hobby of yours. Put yourself in their shoes for once, won't you? I don't make food as a hobby. The recipes I make have been well thought out, and I'm proud to release them to the public. It's not like I force them to eat the failures I make as well. I have confidence in every aspect of my cooking: taste, nutrition, and looks.
Well, they do look good, I guess. But there's no way that they're healthier than old-fashioned food that I make. It's food that my son has been eating since he was born, after all. Nothing tastes better than the mother's cooking.
I get it. Leave your food at our house if you wish. We'll eat it gratefully.
You should have said that at the start. You really are a strange wife.
But please don't take any food from our house, alright? You always take food to eat for dinner, don't you?
I already took some.
What? You already got here?
The food I brought is in the fridge. I took some food in return.
You didn't take the salted pork, did you?
You mean the big slab of pork? It looked like it was about to rot, so I brought it home.
I had it prepared from the day before, and we were planning on eating it tonight. It's my son's favorite, so please bring it back.
But I'm already on my way home. If you didn't want me to take it, then you should have written a note saying so. How confusing.
But didn't you just suddenly barge in?
What do you mean, barge in? I brought some food because I was worried about my son's health.
I'm grateful for the food you gave, but please don't take food from us. My son and husband always look forward to the food I make. They even ask me what's for dinner every evening.
You're saying that your food, which only looks good, is better than my cooking? Don't be ridiculous. Is it fun making fun of others' goodwill?
Mrs. Johnson, I'm going to tell you this straight. What you're doing is a nuisance. Please don't bring any of your food anymore.
What? You've got some nerve saying such things. Such a rude wife. Ungrateful, too. Remember this. I brought some meat and potatoes today.
What? You came over to our house today?
You're so careless leaving your son alone in the house.
It's fine, it's just for a short while. He's already in elementary school after all.
Your son was there, so I went in and left some food.
Didn't I tell you that it was fine if you didn't bring any more food?
Today's the last day. You tell me that my food is unwanted even when I'm bringing it out of goodwill. To be honest, you hurt my feelings, so I won't be bringing any more food.
It's fine if all you do is bring food, but I don't understand why you always have to insult my work and take home the food my family's been looking forward to.
Insult? But I've only been saying the truth. You say you're a food researcher, but that's basically just a housewife that only cooks, right?
I don't really think insulting a job like that is a good idea. If you say things like that in public, people are going to call you out.
Stop scolding me. You're just my son's wife, right?
Why not just stop doing things that will get you scolded? Oh, and about the meat and potatoes, you do know that my son and husband can't eat it, right?
Really?
There's no way you didn't know this. Oh, and I'm currently on a diet, so I won't be able to eat it either.
Don't waste the food I brought. Eat it, will you? I made a lot.
A lot?
Enjoy the flavor, okay? Someone whose job revolves around food won't just throw it out, right?
Fine, I'll eat it.
Oh, and I brought some of the soup you made with me, alright?
Again?
I'll stop bringing you food since you hate it so much. But I'll come and take some food every now and then, alright? I need to check if the food you're giving to your family is safe to eat.
What do you mean, check?
I'd hate if my son or grandson fell ill because of your cooking, you see. Take care of the meat and potatoes, okay? It's sure to be better than the food you make.
Lisa, just what are you thinking?
Andy, what's the matter?
My mother collapsed because of the food you made. What did you give her? You must have put some sort of poison in there, didn't you?
Poison?
It's the curry you made! She collapsed right after eating the curry you made. Her mouth was foaming. She hit her head and had to get stitches.
I'm pretty sure she's the one who made that.
Mother said that she was pushed by you.
So, that's how it is. Andy, that's a lie she must have told you.
A lie?
I'll show you my smartphone. So take a look at the conversations your mother and I have been having. I've never given her any of my food willingly. She always just takes the food from my fridge.
Why would she do such a thing?
She always insults my cooking. Maybe she thought just taking our food was wrong. So she always left some of her food, which we didn't ask for as well. I told her to stop, but she wouldn't.
Is this true?
Ask my husband if you want. The food he wants to eat is always taken, and in return, he's always given food he doesn't want. He's pretty unsatisfied with the whole situation as well. Now she just takes our food without giving anything, though.
But you said Mother was the one who made the curry, right?
2 days ago, Mrs. Johnson brought some meat and potatoes. But my son and husband hate it, and I'm on a diet. So my husband turned the meat and potatoes into curry so that they could eat it.
You're saying that's what Mother ate?
She must have snuck in and stole it again without knowing that it was something she made in the first place.
You guys didn't eat it?
I had a small taste, but I was fine. But it must be the curry's fault that my stomach feels strange. I'm glad I noticed before my son and husband ate it. I wonder what was in those meat and potatoes.
Did Mother know that you were the only one who could eat the meat and potatoes? I wonder if this means that she put something in it to make you sick.
That must be the case. We've had arguments over my cooking previously. This must have been her trying to get revenge.
I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of my own mother.
How is she?
She hit her head and was unconscious for a while, but she's regained consciousness and has been insulting you ever since.
Her attitude towards me has been terrible since a while back. She always insults my work. I don't know what she put in those meat and potatoes, but this is a crime, right?
Yes, it is. Quite a heavy one as well.
Why don't we meet and talk things over, Andy? I'll show you how my mother has been treating me.
Ugh, my head hurts. The doctor said that there may be after effects. That Lisa is such a bitch. I'll have George divorce her as soon as I leave the hospital.
What are you talking about, Mother? Isn't it your own fault you collapsed?
What are you talking about? It's because that bitch of a wife put some sort of poison in the curry I ate. It's her fault that...
But aren't you the one who made it? You still haven't noticed? The curry you ate was originally the meat and potatoes you gave her.
What? The meat and potatoes? You forced her to take it, right?
No one would eat it, so they turned into curry, she said. The one you stole and ate.
That was... I guess it did kind of smell like meat and potatoes.
It's so lucky that you were the one who ate it and not them. I'm glad only you were the one who got hurt.
What do you mean by that?
You know what you did was a crime, right? What if Lisa was the one who got hospitalized? Just imagining it makes me shiver.
What is it with you? Quit over-exaggerating.
But didn't you just collapse and hit your head? If it was Lisa and not you, then you truly would be the criminal.
What do you mean, criminal?
I don't know about these after effects of yours, but I know that I won't be helping you, all right. I'm not even going to visit you in the hospital anymore.
You plan on leaving your mother?
Yes. Goodbye.
This is Lisa. It seems you ate the curry and collapsed, and that there was foam coming out of your mouth. Just what did you put in those meat and potatoes?
You bitch. Why'd you turn the meat and potatoes into curry?
Because no one would eat it. My husband and son would eat it as long as it tasted different.
You really are bothersome.
Well, I did leave it as it was for one day, but neither my son or husband would eat it. I thought that reusing the ingredients would be better than just throwing it away. I'm so glad you stole it before anyone else could eat it.
So you didn't even eat a bit of what someone gave you as a gift.
I had a little as a taste test. My stomach felt strange after that, though. I'm thinking of going to the doctor if it gets worse.
Why didn't you eat it? I told you to eat it, all right?
And didn't I tell you that I couldn't? Did you hear a word I said?
Right? Shut up. You've insulted me again. You better get ready for when I get out of the hospital.
Shouldn't you be worrying about yourself more? It seems that Andy won't be talking to you anymore. My family plans on doing the same. I told George about what happened, and it seems he was quite disappointed in you.
What? Even George?
Anyway, Mrs. Johnson, is what you're saying about the after effects true?
Yes. The doctor said something about how there might be abnormalities in the brain. He said that there might be numbness in the feet and hands, and even memory loss later on. And you're saying that you all are going to leave me?
Yes. You no longer have any family to support you, so good luck on your own.
You wretch!
Do you still plan on taking that attitude towards me? Why don't you take a moment and think about the situation you're in? As long as I don't forgive you, there's no way your family will either.
You're telling me to apologize.
Nothing good will come if you keep taking that attitude. You'll probably never see your children ever again. Oh wait, I guess that's already guaranteed.
Don't steal my children from me.
There's something I want to ask you. Just what did you put in those meat and potatoes?
That was pesticide, but I only put a little.
But you collapsed and foamed from your mouth, so it must have been pretty strong. Anyone knows that pesticide is toxic. It would have been really bad if a child had eaten it. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't forgive you.
But you're the one who started it by refusing my cooking.
In my opinion, cooking is something that's supposed to make people happy. It's the central idea of my work. You have no right to go around giving people that food of yours. Please live the rest of your life alone, so that no one will have to eat your cooking ever again. After that, it seems that Mrs. Johnson was quite troubled by the aftereffects of hitting her head. Decline in language ability, numbness of the hands and feet, insomnia, and decline of vision were just some of the symptoms. It seems that she has to undergo rehabilitation. She had no family to support her, and it seems she really had to do it all by herself. But she must have lost the will, and eventually stopped going to the hospital and now just stays in her house. I sometimes meet Andy, and we get along for the most part. She's apologized to me for what her mother did, but it's not her fault. As someone whose job revolves around cooking, I can't forgive what Mrs. Johnson did. What she did was a straight crime. I, on the other hand, will continue to make food that makes people happy.